and go. And tonight we are live. We are going to have a very interesting show tonight. We're going to learn about the 7 powerful techniques to go viral during 2026. And that's the agenda for tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. The first item on the agenda is a powerful one. Powerful one. And tonight we are live. And that's my audio. So audio is working fine. Okay, so I said we're going to learn 7 powerful techniques for going viral in 2026. But you won't believe me unless you listen to the seventh technique. So you have to hang around to the end if at all possible, but you will not regret it. It's a brand new technique that I learned recently. Okay, the first item on the agenda is viewer experience. It seems to be such a simple one. If a subscriber like your video, it's a likelihood they had a positive experience and they will come back for more. So the question is, how do you know whether or not they like your video? It's a very simple question. It's a very simple one to answer, I hope. So let me go ahead and try to go to my analytics real quick. See if I could share that. And if you could see that, here is, this is not what I'm trying to demonstrate. So I'm going to go to a different video. Let's see. I'm going to go to YouTube Studio. If you allow me, I'll change that. I will change that view in a second. YouTube Studio is very powerful, as you know. And that's what we're going to try to do right now. I'm going to replace it with YouTube Studio dashboard, I believe. Yep. Okay. You should be looking at my dashboard right now. And basically, it's a simple way to know. You look at your content, right? Let's look at the shorts. And I have a lot of zero because it's all my scheduled video. I schedule a lot of my videos ahead of schedule, so I don't have to worry about it. Having to post every day, so you might use that technique if you like, but it's not the one that I'm briefing tonight. Let's pick this one for example. This video has 1,000 views. Not a great number of views, but it has 1,000 views, right? Compared to this one here, has 38 views. Or if you go down to the master video, this one has 16,000 views compared to the others. So that's a simple way of knowing if your video are being viewed favorably by your subscriber, right? So in reality, the view experience between videos is what keep them coming back. And if you remember the technique that I briefed a couple of days ago, is that you improve your video every day. You improve your different script writing to thumbnail to title, and it helps to attract the viewers. And if they have a positive experience, the issue is, or the point is, that they're going to come back and they're going to watch a video again, and they're more likely to watch another video, and eventually they get to the point that's called binge watching. It's like when you say, oh, I don't know what to do, sit at home watching TV, you find a series, right? And you basically watch a series till the end. You watch every episode. Well, we have a similar experience in YouTube. If I like a kind of video, if I like a type of video, if I like the information being presented by a creator, by YouTube creator, most likely than not, I will look at other videos from that person. So that's what we mean by viewer experience. And I focus that on number one, because if you could get that one, all of the other techniques sort of are secondary. So the key to that is have good videos that your viewer that your audience, that your subscriber will like, and they will come back for more. Very simple one. If I come back with that one, let me come back to that one in a minute. The second one is video looping. And we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly about video looping. First, let's talk about, how to do it. And basically see what happened. So there are two ways to loop on YouTube. One is YouTube looping, which I will discuss at the bottom of the page. And the other one is restreaming looping, which I will try to discuss right now. Now, I have two ways to present this data. One is I'm going to present you still pictures of it, how to do it. And then I'm going to attempt to do it on screen. But I want you to understand that might drop my live feed. And if it does, all I have to do is come right back. But it's not my intention to do that. But let's see if we could do both. Last time I did that, it kind of killed my live stream. Anyway, the way you do it, if you have an account with Restream, and I'll show you a picture of that in a second. You basically go to new stream, you create a new stream, and under that you have three choices. You have pre-recorded, you have Restream Studio, Encoder RTMP, and you have pre-recorded stream, and you want to choose the third one. You see why in a minute. Then after that, it asks you to create a new stream. You want to select video on that. And then you will either select a video from the list that you have, or in here to the right side, you can kind of see it, but you'll be able to upload a new video. I think in my account, I could upload up to 7 video. These are 3 that I have actually been working with. And this is no longer any good information, so we'll get rid of it. And then after that, after you select the video, you go, oh, pardon, I'm sneezing. Oh. You will go next, and then you get to this create event. You're going to create an event. I didn't fill out the information because this is just a demonstration. But you put in your title, your description. Oh, my Lord. The day you want to do it. And if you're going to go loop, you select loop the video. Now, I do want to warn you, that is a pay version, a pay upgrade. And if you don't have that, you have to pay for that. But it is possible to do that. You create an event and you upload a thumbnail if you like, which I recommend you do. You press next, and the video will be looped for as long as you want it to until you stop it, basically. So, so let's see. I'm going to try to attempt to do that in a new page. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to replace that. So, see, new tab. Okay, I'm opening a new tab. You should be able to follow me along on that. So I have I have it on my list here. So this is basically what it will look like. It's trying to log in right now. This is just the stream places. So I already set a little selection here for looping to see if we're able to do that. Setting up the stages, you will log in apparently. So I'm just going to put in. And let's see what happens. This is where kind of it could potentially go wrong. So we'll see. Okay, you go to stream here. I'll go back to here. Oh, Just new. Sorry, new pre-recorded video. Like I said, here you could see you could upload if you like one, or you could just select the video. Let's say that I select the video and press next. You complete this section here, and you select loop. I can see it's a paid video. I don't have that because I don't use it right now. But they are people that are using it, so I thought I'd show you how it is. You press next, and there you go. So that's how you do it. Hopefully this time I don't think I killed my feed, so that's good. I'll go back to the presentation, to the agenda. Okay, I should be showing you the agenda right now. I believe so, yep. So that's basically the technique using a loop video. And I'll show you a different technique in a few minutes about YouTube when we get to the end of this agenda for today. But here's the instruction. You should be able to look back and look at the video again if you kind of missed it, if you want to use that. The question is, why do it? Why do it? So people say that it improves audience retention, right? That's the party line. That's what the more your video is being watched, the more watch time you get, the more view you get, the more impression you get. However, what is the challenge on that? What is the opposite? So, and I was speaking to that in the last couple of nights. One is potentially because you're using the same IP address to loop the video. YouTube might say, well, you got 100 loop, but it only counts as one because it is the same IP. That's a possibility. That's some of the challenges that some of the YouTubers are saying that will happen. The other point is they are saying that you might get hit with repetitive content. Repetitive. I can't even spell it right now because I'm doing the live show and I'm not going to do that. So repetitive content. If you have the same video loop over and over, it's not considered repetitive content. Now, if you're doing shorts, that's basically what you want to happen, right? You want a person to kind of look at your short and look it over and over and over again. So the jury's still out on that. I have looped some of my videos, and I'm testing that right now, mostly within YouTube, as you see later on. But it seems to me that it should work, right? Because YouTube, especially for shorts, I don't know for long video content, but for short, YouTube wants a person to watch and rewatch the same shorts over and over again. So I don't see why it should not work. But the jury is still out on that one. We'll have to test it, have some more testing and see what happened. And I will report to you on that in the future. I hope we'll see what's going to work and what doesn't. Some YouTubers are saying it doesn't work because of the two things that I mentioned, same IP address and repetitive content. But we will see. So what I'm saying basically, although this is it's a technique that can be used, and it has been used by other YouTubers, my thing is don't rely on it solely to get to where you want to go to achieve your goal, because there are questions in relation to repetitive content using the same IP address, and that may disqualify some of the times that you spend on that in the future. So it is sort of questionable, and my thing is, if it's questionable, why do it, right? Why spend the time and the funds that you may need to do that? But it's up to you. If you want to try it, you will get more views, you will get more watch hours, and things of that nature. So see what you want to see, what you think, and see how you could implement that. The third one, right? I said there was 7. This is the third one. Video length. I have been experimenting with video length, especially for short. Long video is a different technique, which I'm not addressing here, which I will address in the future. But you know, the issue here is that you want to figure out what is the optimal length that you want to create your video for. I started with 60 seconds myself. And I said, that's too long, 30 seconds. And then I'm down to 15 seconds short. And I'm gonna show you the statistic on that. So let me see if I have that available here. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna show this one here. So if I'm looking at the agenda, I show you 2, and I'm gonna show you on my account. I'm gonna show you 2 analytics and the retention for that. Basically, if you see the first video, it has they stay on watch, 28% stay on watch the video. This is a short, right? And you know, for a short, they want the retention to be like a 70% or more. For short, for regular video, it's like 30%, 20 or 30%. So this one is okay, but it's not the best, right? Because if you have to be at 70%, what I wanted to demonstrate to you is how quickly it drops. So let me see what I have in relation to how to demonstrate that. Let me go here. Oops. Gotta go back to my live show. Yeah, replace. And I believe I'm in analytics. Share. Yeah, okay. Sharing my analytics right now. What I wanted to show you, this is for the second one, for the Watchman. Is that what I'm showing you? Yeah, the Watchman. This is the timeline. And right here, if you see 1 second where you have a percentage of viewers, 2 seconds, 5. If you're supposed to be at 70, you lost your people between 5 and 6 seconds. I was not able to retain my viewers past 6 seconds on this video, as you could tell right there. So one of the techniques that I'm going to be implementing is setting up a second hook around 6 seconds in the video to see how that can be improved. How can they improve the viewership? And this is what you do. You experiment, you work, and if something doesn't work, you are able to go back and fix it. Now, the reason I want to show you analytics because you have to look at every video that you have and see if you are able to make improvement. At 8 seconds and 11 seconds, at 15 seconds, you are at 28%, which is the one, which is you want to be above minimum. You want to be above 30, but you want to be for sure. You want to be around 70%, which is very hard to do. But as you can see there now, let's look at another video real quick. See if I can. Let me see. Go back here. I'm trying to get the video that you guys could see the difference. I'm going to search for the one that I had on my. There you go. So this is a different video. This is a different curve, the one that I showed you earlier. So this one, 1, 2, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. 7, 8, 9, 15 seconds. So you see this one has a much higher retention rate, and therefore the number of views tells you that this one has over 1,000 views, the other one have much less views, and I could see this one end up being 77%. So this is what you want to do. So what you want to do is study the video, not just say, hooray, I made it, I got it to be 70%. What you want to do is basically study why this video did so much better than the previous video. And whatever you did, try to emulate that technique into the next video. Because as you can see here, I was able to retain the viewer for a longer period of time, and then the drop off, which it's always going to happen, was not that significant. And it stayed pretty high even through 11 seconds, through 15 seconds. So that's what you want to see on that. So going back to this thing is going back to the agenda real quick. All right, so you have to figure out by looking at your analytics, especially if you're doing shorts, what is best for you. Like I say, I started at 60 seconds and I was not getting to 70%. I started at 30 seconds and I was not getting to the 70% retention rate on my video. And now I'm going to the 15 seconds short. So if I create a short, I want to be sure it is around 15 seconds. So I have to be able to make my point really quick. And you have to have all the things that I talked about last night. You have to have a good title, a good thumbnail, a good script, a CTA, all those elements of the video that I spoke to last night. You want to be sure you have them. They don't go away. They still need to be there. You need a strong hook. You need type pacing. You need to do curiosity loops. You have to have a strategic CTA in order to retain the individual to the end. So all those elements have to be within the 15 seconds of that short. But you will find out that if you do that, you will retain the subscriber or the viewer for a longer period of time. And as such, you will be able to get them to rewatch it. And as such, you'll be able to get more views. And as such, you'll be able to get more subscribers. At least that's my experience now. You have to go look, you have to go do the same thing that I did and go look at your shorts and figure out, okay, this one worked, this one didn't. Why did that happen? And make a determination that what's going to work for you based on the duration to go viral. My recommendation to you is try 15 seconds and see what happens. Okay. Now, this is an important one, the next one. Number 4, right? There are 7 in total. This is a number 4 technique. If you're doing short, you want to have custom thumbnail for shorts. I have tried it both ways, no thumbnail and thumbnail. And the one that have thumbnail have performed much better. So don't despair. You may already know this technique or you may not. You cannot upload thumbnail if you're using a PC, but you can upload it using your mobile devices, which is fine. But the question becomes it has to be already built into the video, right? So let me see if I could demonstrate what I'm talking about here. Let me see here. I'm going to show you replace. I think it's window. Yeah, it is window. Yep, it's window. So when you're doing your editing, what you want to do is you want to insert your your thumbnail at the beginning of the video, like in this area right here, so that you are able to use your phone at a later time and select the thumbnail from what's available. That the phone would allow you to select any portion of the video as your thumbnail, which is the only way that you could change it right now. So it's important that you kind of understand that part of it, and that you find a way to upload the thumbnail. My recommendation is to do it at the beginning. You could do it at the beginning, middle, end. It doesn't really matter. But I find that doing it at the beginning is easier to find, or doing it at the end of the video is easier to find. So important that you kind of make a determination where you want the video to present your data. My recommendation, once again, is to do it at the beginning of the video, so that it's easier for you to find it. And you'll find, remember, what a thumbnail is important, right? Because why? The first thing that you viewers will see is your thumbnail, and that's what attracts, that's what allows them to initially select your video. They'll go through, if they like the thumbnail, they will click on it, and then they'll look at the title. And based on those two items, they will select your video, but they will only stay if you have a good video. But if they never select your video, it doesn't matter how good your video is, you're never going to get the watch hours that you need. You're never going to go and see and experience the millions of views that you desired unless your video is selected. So therefore, have a very good thumbnail and a great title for them to select your video, and then you'll be able to experience, high retention rate on your viewers, and that will lead to them selecting more and more of your video, and therefore being able to give you watch hours, be able to give you subscriber, things of that nature. So it's sort of like a snowball effect. One thing leads to the other one, and so on. So custom thumbnail for short is really critical that you use that. Okay, and I give you an example of where to put it on the video right at the beginning when you're doing your editing. Now, technique number 5, YouTube video looping technique. So this is a little different than the one that I talked about on the top, which was basically using Restream to loop your video, which is a paid version. The YouTube one is available for free for any video that you like. Now, once again, it is a YouTube feature, so I will imagine YouTube is not against it, but you never know. So the way I'm gonna all these features are available on your phone. I haven't seen it available online. I think they are as well, because I do that online too. But I selected to show you on the phone because that's what I was working on today. I found it to be simpler to do that on the phone. So what you find is you select a video, and you go to right here to this little icon. I think this is called the I think it's the forgot the name of it. No, my apologies on that. But you select this icon right here, and then you get a selection of items, and you select loop the video. Okay, and that will loop it until you literally stop it. It would stay with you. It will continuously loop the video until the end. So hopefully, if you haven't used that technique, This is very good for short. Like initially, if you're watching a short and they got some information, you might be able to loop that. Try that and leave me a comment on this video. See if you like that technique. See if it work for you. And if it doesn't, let me know, and I'll kind of work with you to get it to find it right. So the key here, it will lead to significant more impression and views by doing that. And I believe that because it's a YouTube feature, it should be available. But again, the concern is the IP address, you viewing the same video over and over. But I don't see that as an issue so far, but we'll have to find out and do more testing on that one. The information that I received says that it's okay to do that. If anybody have a different experience on that, let me know. So a quick review of the technique before I go down to my next one. Number one, we talked about viewers experience was the first technique that we talked about for going viral. Second technique was video looping, specifically as it applied to restream. The third is video length. And like I said before to you all at the beginning, you won't believe me unless you get to the seventh one. Because the seventh one is really kind of a unique one that only a few pro are actually using. So stay with me for a couple of more. And just so the next technique that we just talked a few minutes ago was custom thumbnail, and how that could help you if you put it at the beginning of the video. And the other technique we just talked about, the number 5, was looping technique for YouTube videos and how to use it, how to select it, how to add the looping, and the real payoff is that you get more impression and more views for doing that. And you could try with your next short and see what you think if you're working on your phone. Now, this technique, the number 6, is the next one. And this one is something that we all should be doing. It's called selecting videos that are related. Let me see if I could demonstrate that real quick. Probably, yep. So this is video detail. Let's see if I could select here. I love this thing, this stream. I'm going to show you this, my screen one more time. Replace. Go to content. This is fine. Okay, so here, you could select any video basically that I have. Let me see. So it would be more obvious. I think I did this one last night. This one is in schedule, hasn't been published yet. So here it is. This one has none, which you don't want that. So you select that feature, and let's say you want to, then you get an ability to select your actual video. You select the video, and then you save it. So when they're actually viewing the video, they will get a chance to select a related video. So like I said, you saw a scheduled video. Like I said, I schedule my video, so I'm able to do all my analytics ahead of schedule. So this one was a good selection because it didn't have everything that I need. Like, for example, look at the second one. See, this one already has it. See, it has the related video right here. It has some of the description that I want. It has the right title. And it has some of the analytics that I'm looking for. Like, for example, it has some tags that I want to add. I may update that later. Things of that nature. So that's what I mean by that. The other technique is to look for, I believe I call it a post. So basically, you could post your video, and the way to do it is you go create a post, and you could select video, for example. And you have a whole bunch here, and I'm going to try to find one that's already posted, so that a lot of these are just scheduled, so that's why they don't come up yet. Let's see. Yeah, I know this one is already there, so I'm going to select this one. Insert. See, it comes up in here. And you can literally say, just new video. Put some information here so they can find it. Huh. There you go, new video. Some people suggest actually adding the link, but I don't know why they would say that, because literally you could just go there and click on the icon and it will take you right to it. So that's another technique that you guys could use. I think that's one of the one on my list for making your video viral. It's not only doing it, posting the video, right? That's the old way to do things. But you want to be able to post eye-related video, go to post and post it. And some people swear by these two elements. The other one is to pin a comment to your video. And, those three techniques, what it would do is it will allow people that normally don't go to your videos have another way to get to it. When you look at analytics, it tells you the source of your viewers, and you'll be able to match to see what percentage of that come from these three elements, right? So once again, it's up to you to utilize every single technique that's possible out there to get viewer to your videos, right? Not just posting it, right? So the issue is be able to get enough viewers, enough subscribers, enough of the population or the viewership out there to be able to get to your video as quickly as possible. Now, the last one. So what did I say at the beginning? Let me go back to the beginning of what I said. How to go viral on YouTube in 2026. 7 powerful techniques. But you won't believe me unless you listen to the 7th technique. So I'm about to show you the 7th technique, and it's exactly what I just said at the beginning. If you stay with me. The 7th technique is but-so storytelling strategy. Only a few people are talking about this. And basically, it goes something like this. I'm using this technique on the video, but you won't believe me unless you watch the video one more time. So basically, I did that. In a different way. So what I'm saying is you want to have a hook somewhere midway in your delivery, so that you don't experience a very large drop off of your audience. So you want to be sure that not only you have a hook at the beginning, you have a hook in the middle of the video to maintain the interest. So if some of you stay with me till the end, this is the difference, right? It's but so in the middle of the story, I'm showing you this technique, but you won't believe me unless you watch the end of the video, right? So you want to maintain a hook to the end, right? Some of you may just go and click to the end, but still you'll be retaining the video for a lot longer than if you just do the initial hook. They might just go listen to your video for a few seconds and nope, goodbye. But if you have this storytelling strategy, you'll be able to keep them either sometime to the end, sometime midway, sometime they'll spend more time searching on your video to find the end of the video. So this is a very powerful technique that I recommend you guys use. And if you search for it on YouTube, you may not even find it because only a few creators are actually using it. It's a great technique, and the inventors of it, hats off. I like to tell you that I was the one who invented this one, but it wasn't me. I just saw it in a couple of videos, and I started using it. And basically, it is in fact a good one. So let's quickly summarize the 7 techniques that I've promised you. Right, I promised you 7 powerful techniques. The first one was the viewer's experience. If you have good video, people will come back and watch more. They will binge on your content. The second one was video looping. Right, I talked about restreaming, and I show you the technique how to do it. I walk you through restreaming. By the way, they do have a free version that will allow you to do almost all this, except for the restreaming. Allow you to do some streaming like I'm doing right now, and it's free. But they also have a pay version that you may want to look into it. So look into that. And this is all the different step. I'm not going to go through the different step again, but I show you that. And I guess the claim is that you retain your viewers if you allow them to restream for a longer period of time. That is a claim to fame. Like I did talk about challenges though. It'll be the same IP address, and YouTube is concerned about repetitive content. So I haven't tested these 2 challenges that well, but I know they do exist because a lot of people are talking about it. So be careful with your looping technique. The third one was video length. This is a very important one. We talked about experimenting like I have with 15 seconds video, 34 seconds, 60-second video. And for my taste, 15-second video is the winning based on my experiment. I recommend you guys, YouTubers, try it and see what works for you. And you'll be able to know what works by looking at your analytics, by looking at your retention rate. And if you guys need me to show you how to do that, I think I've done it a couple of nights. I could do it again. It's basically going to analytics, advanced analytics, then choosing the retention field. And you should be able to select whatever video you want and see what the retention is. Important that you do that. The fourth one is using custom thumbnail. I show you my editing program and where we normally want to add the thumbnail, which is at the beginning of the video. When you're doing the editing, you could just insert it in there, and that will give you the ability to select it using your phone after it is posted. right? So this is a good one. And by the way, remember the thumbnail is what visually attracts the viewer at the beginning. Like, think of it when you're watching television, you want to decide what programs to use. All you do is looking at thumbnail, basically, right? And you select one that looks attractive, then you stop and you look at the title and say, okay, thumbnail and title, does that attract me enough to click on the video if you're watching TV? It is the same thing on YouTube. You kind of click, and you say, like, okay, that thumbnail looks attractive. What is it? Then you look at the title and say, okay, let me select it and view it. Then after that, only the quality of your video could determine whether they stay as shown in the top graph or they leave right away and give you more impression and more viewer and come back for more. But the way to do it is to do it at the beginning of the video. Then the fifth technique that we talked about was looping technique, but this time using YouTube. And I walk you through the process for doing that. Selecting this icon. For the life of me, I can't remember the name right now, but it's still a simple name. And then selecting loop video. You'll get significant more impressions and views. Now, I do like to say that because it is a Google product, most likely than not, it is not banned. Does not cause you any problems. But I guess you are subject to what I spoke earlier, which are the same IP address and repetitive content situation. I don't think repetitive content is going to be an issue, because having the same IP address to watch a video multiple times may, in fact, it will help you with viewers. It will help you with other things, but it may not give you the watch hours that you kind of need to do that, right? So, but it should be that technique should be acceptable because it's a YouTube feature, and it should not be an issue with that. Okay, let's move on to the sixth technique, which is related video. I walked you through adding related video to your posting, to your video when you're doing the posting of it. We talked about pinning a comment on your video. That's basically the way that I do it is when I go back and look at my comments. Usually I have comments and I reply to them. I usually either want to pin for me, it'll be obviously the most favorable comments to the top. You have a way to do that. I don't think I demonstrated that, but I'm not sure that I want to. It's kind of late right now in the video to demonstrate that. Maybe I would do that in a different technique, in a different video. But it's real simple. You go to your comments are at, and then this probably the three dots is what allow you to select the and pin the video on your YouTube channel. Shouldn't be hard. And then I demonstrated for you how to post a video after it is created. And what I say is there's not one technique that will allow you to go viral. So you may want to use multiple techniques to attract people or to drive traffic to your video. And these are three powerful techniques that have been proven to work great. So don't just post the video and say goodbye to it. Try to find other ways to have traffic being driven to that video from other sources. And I will discuss other sources doing that in a future video. Just not ready for it tonight, right? And like I said, if you're watching this thing and you want to know, you go to my video and select it and be able to see how I added related videos, how I posted it. I show you that tonight and things of that nature. The last technique, which is innovative one, is the bot source storytelling strategy, which I implemented at the very beginning of this live streaming, which I hopefully you guys kind of say, oh my God, you got me. Because I did it right at the beginning so that I'll hit you with it once again right at the end. So it's sort of like it's a simple one that may allow you to maintain the interest of your viewer throughout the video, saying, don't go away because I have the final reveal at the end of this thing. And it's a powerful one. But you won't believe me but unless you stay to the end. But this. So that's the technique. So hopefully you enjoy that. Hopefully it was something that you kind of can use in your video. And that would be great. Now, let me know if any parts of this presentation was of interest to you. Let me know if something that I could present in the future, just so that you know. What I'll do is normally I'll follow up the live stream with a video and with the same topic, the same topic. So what you could expect in a day or two, I'll have a video that contains not the graphics, but contain the content that you see here in a video that's coming up. So tomorrow I might discuss that. We might see how much progress we made on that. I'll try to work on the thumbnail, the title, and I try to work on the a script, and then probably have some sort of a video created, at least a draft video, so we could kind of talk through it. Depending on how much credit I have, depending whether I use AI or I use other type of means to get us there. So with that being said, I'd like to say good night to you all. It has been a pleasure being here tonight. Like always, I'll be online tomorrow at 9 p.m. to provide you with more data, more information about YouTube topics that are of interest, certainly to me, and I'm hoping they'll be of interest to you. With that being said, I'd like to say good